Larry, we were talking kind of about the industry earlier and kind of seeing, what your crystal ball was as far as new developments and everything. And, we both kind of agreed, I think, that we're kind of at a point to where I don't know how much further we can really go. I mean, we've shrunk guns down now to where we've got actually decent capacity, decent power in a very small package. We've got capacities on full-size guns that are really higher than we had 20 years ago. We have miniature red dots on guns. What's your thoughts?
Tell you, firearms development wise, man, I'm having a hard time seeing where things can go with like the AR and different pistols. I just don't know. I almost think now you're going to see like the red dot thing. Aimpoint bringing out the Acro at SHOT Show was a big deal because now Aimpoint's on the market. They have a fully enclosed optic. The way it attaches to the slide is much better than anything else out there. Yeah. So them being out, they're going to force other people now to kind of pick up their game. So I think that's going to have a big ripple effect in the red dot sighting industry, if you will, on handguns and whatnot. You almost wonder. I had a student the other day say, "When are we going to see ammo that cleans, that burns cleaner?" So like you shoot, 200 rounds and it's like you've shot 20 rounds or whatever.
Right.
And that's I've always wondered that. It kind of makes you wonder if there isn't an economy of scale thing or a price thing where they have to put the
it is,
time.
because ammunition is such a commodity, especially these days, that I think, I wonder maybe if the ammo companies are a little skittish to do a ton of R&D, a fear of getting their money back out of it. I don't know. Fortunately, we're not in the ammo business because that's a hard business.
It is a real hard business. They fight for pennies. They fight for fractions of a penny.
Yep.
They really do.
And the freight companies can kill you on that as
well. Oh, man. So then on top of that is, when are we going to see polymer case? Like, I've felt like for a long time now that like polymer case pistol ammo, why haven't we seen that yet?
Right. Reduced weight. Especially, you think, I know the military's been looking at it in some of the bigger caliber cartridges,
50
and
cal,
50 caliber, and you figure 7.62 and stuff like that. Speaking of cartridges and calibers that the military has gone to, what are your thoughts about them? You always hear about them going away from 5.56, going to something else. What's your thoughts?
We really should have been somewhere in the 6mm realm for decades now. We haven't been. But I really think we'd have been better off if we were in a 6 or 6 point whatever realm. Problem is, we've had literally decades of 5.56 use. I just don't know. I don't know logistically if it's there to kind of change the course to go in something in that direction when you've got, just untold, God knows how many millions of rounds of 5.56.
Plus all the support that goes with it.
Yeah, so, which would require new magazines really to function correctly. If you want the gun to work right, you need to make a magazine that's developed and perfected for that caliber instead of, we're going to use an M16 mag and put these rounds in. That's not a good plan.
Right.
So I don't know. If I were a betting man, I don't know that I would bet on any of these 6mm flavors really getting any real traction in the military, if I was a betting man.
Right. Well, they've been talking about it ever since I can remember, and so there hasn't changed anything.
Nope.
So I can't imagine there's any urge to really change right now.
No.
The fact that they adopted the M17 as fast as they did was really shocking.
Yeah, pretty, and I heard some backstory on that. There was some other factors into it. But what it ultimately boiled down to, from what I've heard, is the Glock did superb, but it was a lot more money. And the SIG came in, did the job, it was a lot less money, and they felt like timeline-wise, I guess, with a variety of factors going on politically, they felt like they needed to pull the trigger on it. Right. That's some of the backstory I've heard. Nothing official.
Sure.
And who knows, how accurate that is.
Right.
But you're right. They made that happen fast.
Yeah. What are you seeing out there on the training circuit? Is it, are you seeing an uptick in that? Is it kind of pulled back a little bit?
On training?
On training?
Definitely. Carbine training is really faded. Still seeing a fair amount of handgun training. So if the training revolves around self-defense handgun shooting, it's relevant. You got more people carrying concealed carry now than ever before.
There's a lot better options than ever were before.
No, absolutely. So that is kind of the thriving part of the self-defense market for sure. Carving stuff has really faded back. Bottom line is, carbines are great. Everybody loves to have one in a fight, but what's the gun that most people carrying around them every day is a handgun.
Right. Exactly.
That's kind of where we're at on that.
Exactly. We're seeing in our business, we're seeing the interest in the long range shooting. That's the hot thing right now. PRS is really big. Obviously 6.5 Creedmoor is the #1 selling rifle cartridge out there, and the guns built around it. We were talking earlier about how the barrier to entry and to get into this has come down so much with the Ruger Precision Rifle. All these, some pretty nice rigs that are under $2,000 now. The optics have gotten so much better. The ammunition is available. It's there's a plethora of match ammo available out there, and so that's really taken off. And I wonder if that will be the next interest in the training world, is guys going out there and learning how to really run these things long range.
Yeah, that's a good part. That's a good question. What are you seeing? How's sales going across the board?
Sales are still good. Obviously it's not as focused as it was before. Back when there was a lot more political pressure, everybody was really harping on AR-15s, Glock centric and the handguns, your high capacity polymer guns. But once that pressure kind of took relieved, it's funny, a lot of guys I think took that couple $1,000s they had planned to buy the next AR with and went and bought a sporting shotgun, or maybe bought a PRS rifle or whatever else. And that money is still being spent in the market, but it's just diluted. It's out there, different things. We're seeing a lot of dealers are telling us that the guys are coming in and upgrading some of their older guns. Maybe they're buying a new expensive scope and getting rid of the one they've had for 20 years. So the market is still strong. You got to be more creative in projects like the Vickers Glocks, the color frame, Gen 5 guns that we're doing. That's stuff that keeps things interesting. It keeps people kind of wanting to try something different. But the day of gun dealers stacking in wide and deep on ARs and stuff like that is definitely dwindled a little bit.
Question I got: 1911s calibers you're seeing.
It's funny. We laughed about this earlier. We never thought we would see the day when 9mm 1911s were selling as good or better than 45s. But they really are. It's hard to believe. And not only that, lightweight Commander 9mm. So we're seeing a huge interest in that. It really is a 9mm world right now.
It's amazing. If you would have told me 20 years ago I'd still be shooting on 1911 on occasion, but it would be in 9mm, I'd have thought you were crazy.
Well, it was a range toy.
Yeah.
That's what everybody considered it. But Bill Wilson did a good job getting the magazines right.
Oh yeah.
And we got a lot to thank for that. But 9mm 1911s, man, they're hot.
Oh, they're real hot.
They're real hot. It's funny though. I still the people that I go and see shooting everything, I still don't see a lot of people carrying them. Most people go out and shoot them. It's still people are carrying Glock 43s, SIG 365s, stuff like that. We were laughing earlier. The adage. People talk 45, shoot 9mm, and carry 38s. That's really kind of shifted. I think people are still talking 9mm now and shooting 9mm, but are carrying small 9mm.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's really kind of where the market's going.
Yeah.
So. It'll be interesting to see. I think SIG really rocked the boat with the 365. That kind of changed the game. I think the market usually will shift to where that goes, and I think if you see more capacity and smaller guns, that's going to be a bonus for everybody. But the good thing is they finally figured out you can put a good trigger on a gun, you can put good sights on a gun, and people will buy them. So it's the market. The market is definitely dictating to the manufacturers what they want, and the manufacturers are having to do it. So, but all in all, the gun industry is still doing well. Regardless of what some of the news medias want to talk about, it's still a strong industry. You just got to work hard for it.
Yep.
You got to work hard for it. So, probably the same way the training industry is going.
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah. The days of you just putting a class up on the internet or whatever, and it feels like that, those days are over. You got to push it out there more. You got to be, you got to be more aggressive to get the word out. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, good deal. Well, look, Larry, I know you got a new book coming out soon.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell everybody about that and how they can get it?
Just actually today, June 28th, we launched the trailer, the video trailer of the Vickers Guide World War II Germany Volume 2 book. And it'll be shipping the plan on shipping first half of July.
Great.
And it closes out, like I mentioned in the video, if you watch it, it closes out what we started in Volume 1, World War II Germany, and now it closes it out and finishes out the rest of the stuff. And it's, I mean, I say this every time, I sound like a broken record, but it is definitely our best book to date. It is dynamite. If you're a World War II small arms guy, and by anybody's measure, the World War II German small arms were revolutionary.
Sure.
It covers that topic better than anything else that's been out there. There's pictures of stuff in there that I guarantee you most people reading the book have never even seen or even heard of that have existed.
Well, I know if you haven't checked out the Vickers series of books, you're totally missing out. If you're a gun guy, do yourself a favor and go check those books out. I've read that 1911 book I don't know how many times now, and it's just I keep going back to it. I mean, it's you go back and you kind of reread it and you forget what you missed in it. But they're awesome. I mean, do yourself a favor, check them out. They make great gifts for people. So definitely get on there and get it checked out. Get a chance, go check out the Vickers 43. They're delivering now.
Yeah.
Really excited about that gun. It's a gun that you can carry every day. There's no excuse. You can ankle carry that gun. You can pocket carry that gun. You slap the +2 in it. It makes a great appendix gun. However you want to carry it, that gun will do a lot of things for you. And I tell you, with those sights and everything, manipulating that gun is pretty easy. And it shoots well. We shot the prototype gun with the sights with all kind of different ammunition quite a bit. 115s, 124s, 147s, and it was just driving them in there. The Glock 43s are notoriously accurate guns. So we had really good luck with the guns that we tested on those. So go check those out. Go to LIPSEY'S.com. Check out all our exclusive offerings. If you got any ideas or suggestions for new Vickers runs or any other Lipsey's exclusives, shoot us an email and let us know what you think. But so, Larry, we appreciate you coming down. As always,
appreciate it.
You're a great asset to Lipsey's, and we love having you down.
Well, I'm glad to be part of the team, man.
Your input is invaluable to us, and our customers, love the Vickers guns. So we really appreciate all your hard work. And so next time, aim higher.
Have a good one. Talk to you later.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah.